fantasy and adventure? On this program, I'll show you how important the special art word spiral can be to your drawings. Now I'm going to draw a candle, a spiral candle in a dish on a plank table. Later on, when we get to the Secret City mural, we'll be adding a spiral platform to the underground. Zebtron's here today, and he's put together a spiral contraption that you're going to love. Now I'm sure that you'll need your activity notebook so you can take some notes on how to create your own spiral contraption. Now I know you want to become a member of the Secret City Club, so Zebtron will tell you how easy it is to join. Now here's what you need to follow along. You need your drawing pad, your drawing pencil, make sure it's sharp, and your activity notebook so you can make notes on how to create a spiral contraption. Now, you gather those materials together, and I'll be right back. So you're energetic today? Are you in a good mood today? Okay, you have your paper on your pencil. We're going to blast across this paper and conquer it and draw three-dimensional drawings. Now today's super special art word to remember is spiral. Now you see spirals all the time. All the old buildings that you walk by downtown sometimes have spirals on the outside on the facade of the buildings, which is the front of the buildings. Animals' tails wrap into spirals sometimes. If you have a cat and dog, you've noticed the tail goes into a spiral. And spirals in a lot of paintings you'll look at. Let's warm up our drawing. Take your hand, loosen your hands up a little bit, and let's draw a spiral. Put your pencil right here and draw a spiral. We'll loosen up with this interesting shape. Draw a spiral. Now watch this. We'll just start with a design and draw another spiral coming down here on the ground. Now this will give you a good idea if you have a blank wall in your secret city, or you have some spot on your piece of paper you want to add a design to. A spiral design is really fun. See, all these art words are like music to your eye. See, they really, or dessert to your eye. It makes your drawing taste really good to your eye. Add another spiral there, and you can group them together. You can draw a vine of spirals, which reminds me that plants are a good example of spiral too. Ivy vines or leaf vines. Another spiral over here. And you can draw a neat design with spirals. Let's warm up a little bit more. Draw some more spirals. Come down through here, another big spiral. Notice how I'm doing some large spirals and some small spirals. And this will get your hand really loose and flowing over your piece of paper and give you nice, comfortable control. Now you can do as many as you want. I'll do a couple more here just to warm up. You see, I like making sure that I'm confident and I'm all ready to blast across this paper. We'll draw one more large one right there. And later on, you can fill in this whole piece of paper if you want to, maybe with a nice S-curve of spirals. You can even write your name with letters made out of spirals. Now let's draw that three-dimensional candle. Let's draw the foreshortened circle, but I'm not going to draw a horizontal foreshortened circle. I'm going to take this foreshortened circle and tilt it just a little bit to make a little more interesting design. Start with a foreshortened circle tilted, and then straight down on the right side and the left side, all the way down. And now I'll draw a foreshortened dish around the base of the candle. I'm going to make the candle go right down into the base. I'm going to warm up, take my hand, loosely sketch in this foreshortened circle, and I'll go back in and draw that line darker so you can see where I drew. See, the candle goes right down into the dish. Now let's draw the thickness of the dish. Start back here. Now remember on the end, what do you do when you draw a double foreshortened circle? You usually stretch out the end just a little bit. Remember on the planet Saturn, the cloud vapors are stretched out on the end? The same thing right here, you see? You stretch it out just a bit on the end. You don't come in really close, but you take your pencil right here, and you stretch it out just a bit. See, straight, almost horizontally out from that dot. Same on this side. Look, it stretches out just a bit. And then darken that in. Now slant the sides, and you can come straight down, but I always like slanting in dishes just to add a little more character to the drawing. Curve the bottom along here. You can take your paper and turn it upside down for this curve, because your hand curves much more naturally like that. Draw a wick right here. Draw a nice, graceful S-curve for the flame. Another graceful S-curve. And then we'll draw the thickness of the dish back here. It's almost a foreshortened circle. See how that almost makes a foreshortened circle? Now we'll draw the spiral of the wax design spiraling down on the candle. Do an S-curve right here. Hi, Zebtron.
Hello, Commander.
I'm about to take my candle and twist it and make a three-dimensional spiral out of it.
I like spirals.
Neat
They're
design,
a lot of
huh?
fun.
See, now watch this. I'll do one more. It's almost like an S-curve, isn't it? A three-dimensional S-curve because we're twisting the S-curve and making a spiral out of the candle.
A twisted S-curve.
See
A
how-
good thing for me to remember.
Watch this. I'm going to start right here. I'm going to follow this design and see it slants down this way and then it curves back. So it looks like it's really twisting. Now I can use this design on a tree trunk or a leaf or a twig of a tree. Or even a design on the side of a cliff. Maybe have part of the cliff twisting up.
It
See?
looks like the necks of a bugle beast.
A bugle beast. I haven't seen one of those for a long time.
Yes.
Twist side right here. See how it twists underneath. Now I'm going to draw another spiral coming off the side. See? It's going to come up here, and it's going to do a design of a spiral all the way up and around, and that's a spiral.
That looks like the tail of a bugle beast.
You know what? Animals that on tails of dogs and cats and bugle beasts, if they curl up their tails when they're real happy, it looks like a spiral. See, in nature you can find all these art words all the time. You can find spiral, you can find grouping, you can find stripes and spots, but spiral is the one we're concentrating on today. Now, that just looks like a wire coming off the back, right?
Yes.
So I'll draw a thickness on the candle so you can see that you can actually pick up this candle and carry it around. See, the little furballs on the underground need these so they can see it because it's so dark underground sometimes.
That looks very good, Commander.
Do furballs have tails?
I am not sure. Depends on what kind of furble.
And I'll draw a line going across right here. See, now that's the platform. We're going to put some planks on here, and I'll draw a horizon line over the back of the room over here. Now, you know what's interesting, Zebtron? Is I'm going to have all the planks go toward this one dot. You remember what that's called?
I do not recall, Commander.
This is your eye point, okay? All the lines will come to this one point. This is called one-point perspective, or just line them up. See how this line lines up? Now watch this. This is kind of tricky. All my lines will line up to that dot, to the top of the flame. See how, now look at how the planks all move away from that dot. They move away from your eye point. This is your eye point right here, your perspective point.
Move away from eye point. It is a very important thing to remember, Commander.
Sure is. Now watch this. Another line, vertical, vertical. Now watch this. It turns, comes vertical right here. Vertical, vertical, vertical. Now the walls behind, the planks behind the candle will start from this point where the plank hits the wall, and we'll draw a vertical line up. So actually it's like a step. It comes down, it moves across, and it comes down again. It adds a nice three-dimensional look to your drawing. Just draw these vertical lines behind the handle here, and we'll draw another line, another vertical line. And then I'll take a pencil and add a little bit of tone back here. Do you think you can put together some kind of object or contraption that uses spirals, Zebtron?
I have been working, Commander, on a spiral contraption.
I can't wait to see it. I'll look at it later. I'm going to put some darkness back along the wall right here, all the way along here, and then I'll shade the left side where the sunlight's coming from up here and it comes down. It shades down here. I'll shade over here and over here. Take your pencil, see if you can't add shading to the left side, also in front of the planks, and on the cast shadow on the ground. Draw, draw, draw. Practice your drawing about 20 minutes a day. And remember to keep in your mind the special art word today, which is spiral.
I sounded like a two-headed bugle beast. You have never seen one, but that's what they sound like. You do not have two-headed creatures on planet Earth, but here in the secret city, they are very common, especially in the Green Mountains. Have you become a member of the Secret City Club? If not, you should. All you need to do is to draw a picture and send the drawing to Commander Mark. Then you automatically become a member of the Secret City Club. This week's activity is of a two-headed beast. Here is Cindy's beautiful drawing of a two-headed creature eating pizza. How humorous. Send your beasts to Secret City Club, Post Office Box 444, Moraga, California, 94556, the United States of America, planet Earth, the universe. What happened to my spiral contraption? It has been destroyed. All my hard work has gone down the drain. Who could have done? This contraption was destroyed not by a two-headed beast, but by a large green creature who laughs incessantly and gives my ears a headache. Cindy the Dragon has been tampering with my contraption, and now she has destroyed it. It was such a good contraption, too, with a lot of spirals and a lot of different things happening. Well, let me show you my contraption. I made it from cardboard tubes. And it was made from tin cans. I carefully cut the edge out and placed tape around the end so I would not cut myself. And on the one end, I would put socks and rubber bands to make more tubes. I even cut out tops of plastic containers to make spiral sliding boards. Here is an example of my socks and my tubes. When I place a ball in this end, it will go all the way down, and all of these tubes and spirals work together. Here's one tube. I put a small little ball through this funnel and watch what happens to the ball. It doesn't work. Oh, Cindy, you have destroyed everything that I have worked hours on.
Zebtron, what's up?
Oh, Commander Mark, look what Cindy has done to my contraption, my spiral contraption. She has made it into rubble.
Looks like she sat on it, doesn't it? Where's that little boggle you put in here?
I do not know, Commander. It has disappeared.
You know, Zebtron, actually what Cindy did is she gave you an opportunity to recreate your contraption. You can just put it back together again, but you don't have to put it back together in any, certain way. Remember what we talked about? This is your, creativity. You can put it together and have fun with it.
Yes, Commander.
You go ahead and enjoy this and put it back together, see if it works again. I'm going to gather some drawings for the gallery.
Yes, Commander. I would like to make a contraption to capture Cindy. Oh, here is another spiral that I have concocted. Look. Oh, I wish I could put it back together again the way that I had it, but I do not remember how it went. Rubber bands and tubes. I should have designed it. That is an idea. You can design my contraption for me. You can take cardboard and socks. You can take different kinds of piping. You can take funnels and containers. You can even use spiral tops and other kinds of plastic tubings and design a contraption. The ball might go into the funnel and down the tube and down a sliding board and into a container. It might go through multicolored socks, through a tin can, and come out here. But you must decide how it all works. Maybe you need a support structure. Maybe you need wires to hold the structure up, or rubber bands. Maybe you need to tape it onto a chair, or use styrofoam and carefully tape it around. Maybe you need a wooden box to use, but design it first and then create it, just in case Cindy the Dragon should come and play with your contraption and destroy it. That way you can recreate it the way that you had intended to. I think I will create a contraption that will really catch Cindy in her capers.
Are you practicing your drawings every day, 20 or 30 minutes? Because if you practice every day, your skill level is going to just skyrocket and your drawings are going to be excellent. Now, I have some super cool drawings to show you in the Secret City Gallery. Let's look at the first planet vehicle. Now, look at this drawing. This girl, she used surface a lot. The near part of the car is lower in the paper than the far part. She used size. The near part of the car is drawn larger. She even used density in this drawing. Can you see where density is used? Remember, density makes the near part of the drawing look really clear and distinct, and the far part gets hazier and less distinct as it moves back in the background. Beautiful drawing. Good job. Let's look at another drawing. Now, 4 students put together their drawings on one piece of paper and sent it in. Look at this. This is Ken's vehicle in the right-hand corner up there. You see, it looks like a hot rod, doesn't it? Big fat tires in the back and smaller tires in the front with shading, cast shadow, foreshortening, size, good control. How far have you gotten on your secret city? Have you drawn your own secret city yet? Well, look at this. Look how far I've gotten on my secret city mural. I've just, taken over this whole board, this whole wall. You can do the same thing on a giant piece of paper. You and your friends can get together and draw a giant secret city. Now, today, since I'm talking about spiral, I'm going to add some spiral platforms to the underground where the furbles can stand up on top here and climb into these little windows and doorways. Now, I'll use my pen. I took my pencil and I sketched in one spiral platform, so I'll draw it in here. First of all, I'll draw a furball on top. Now, here's one furball, and then here's the eye back there using overlapping. And then I'll make the arm come down. I'm going to use a finer point pen right up here. Draw some fur coming off the side, and then draw the arm curving around, draw the bottom of the hand, and then draw the fingers. Now remember, you can take your activity notebook and your piece of paper and sketch along with me and get some of these ideas on how to draw your own little creatures or your own little furbles. And then I'll give him a big smile because he's about to climb up here and eat some food. This is where they eat. This is the kitchen up here. Okay? Furbles love to eat. And then we'll draw legs coming down right here. I have so much fun when I start to draw. Your imagination just goes wild, doesn't it? I'll make him waving to you. There's his thumb. And then here's his 3 fingers. Most of my creatures have 3 fingers. I'll come back in and add some tone to the outside of the furball. Looks like a little ball of cotton, doesn't it? A little ball of fur. I'll put some more furs along next to his feet and draw the toes. Now look at this. This one furball underneath here is holding this guy up so he can climb into the underground kitchen. So there's his hand holding up the furball. Here's his eye right here, and his eye is looking up toward this guy. See, I had penciled in his eye looking down, but I decided I'd change that. So you can do that with your drawing. You can pencil in first before you make the lines really dark, and then change it as you go through if you think something sounds like a better idea than that initial idea. And I'll draw the legs coming down, and the other arm, of course, is coming up here. I'll finish that in a second. But I'm anxious to get down here to this spiral. I'll draw the fur around the ankles and then draw the toe hanging over the end. And I'll draw the fur around the ankles here and draw the toe hanging over the end on this side. Foreshortened square behind the ankle. See, it goes back here. It forms a nice foreshortened square back there. And there we have our block. Now we get to the spiral part of the drawing. We'll start here. We'll add a spiral wire, a support wire holding the platform up so the two furbles can go up and down. And they can raise, the platform here raises up so this guy can walk into the kitchen. And later on, as soon as it gets high enough, the other furble will be able to walk into the kitchen. So I'll draw a spiral. Now, I drew two guidelines coming down halfway like a simple table so I can keep the spiral within those parameters, those guidelines. Keeps it a balanced drawing. I'll spiral this down. See, as it wraps around, it spirals down. Later on, when I add the shading to it, it makes it look really neat. Makes it look like this is really three-dimensional. Like you can actually take the spiral or the spring and make it go up and down. Almost like an elevator, huh? Spirals are fun because your eye follows the spiral all the way down. I'll add one more layer of spiral right here, go all the way out to the end and wrap back in. And then I follow the outline on the outside, all the way down. Hi, Cindy. What do you have here? It does look like a spiral, but you know what, Cindy? This looks exactly like the spiral that Zebtron was using for his contraption. Did you go do something with his contraption? You know what? You played with it a little bit too roughly, and you kind of demolished it. Zebtron wasn't too happy about that. Well, you can return this to him later, right? Okay, I'll let you play with it. You know what, Cindy? It would be nice if you returned this or anything, but if you put something inside here, it adds a tube, almost for a contraption. Not your flower. Oh, that's fantastic. You bring me a flower, too? Thank you, Cindy. Okay. Wait, Cindy. You put this inside the spiral. There you go. I'm going to keep the ball. Thank you, Cindy. Cindy's so funny. I wonder if she's going to be able to help Zebtron rebuild his contraption. All the way down, I'll add the spiral. See, this is, you can almost create a contraption out of this spiral right here. You see, it gives you ideas on what to do with that contraption idea that Zebtron told you about. I feel like I need another spiral, so I think I'll add another platform over here. But first of all, I want to finish the foot of Furble. Sounds like a book, doesn't it? The foot of Furble. And then I'll draw the hand hanging down over here. If we can't have an unhappy Furble, erase the little eye there. And then I'll draw his smile. And then there's his bottom lip. And this mouth up here is going to be open a bit. I'll draw the tongue inside there. Drawing is so much fun. See, I start smiling when I draw. It gets me in a really good mood. And then I'll take my other pen right here, and then I'll add some tone, add the fur all the way around. See, I'm using the lines of this pen to create the idea of fur. A little bit of shading in here. See how down here it turns into a light gray, doesn't it? So it sets off the eyes from the background. And then I'll color in the fur around each foot. And I'll also add a little bit of shading. Now look at this. I shade underneath the platform here. I shade the left side of the platform. I'm using the slash shading right here, almost like cross-hatching. I'll go back the other way and go ahead and add some cross-hatching to it. Some nice ideas for your drawings. You know, one of the things I really like about the Baltimore Museum slides of famous artists is because they have different ways of showing their ideas, showing their work. Now, I see some spirals in this drawing. How about you? Once you spend some time in your local art museum or you look through your art books, you'll get tons of ideas on how to add these ideas to your drawings. Neat ideas. Just like this spiral right here that you're seeing me draw. You can get these ideas from books or from the museum or from looking through nature. Remember the trees and the flowers and the vines all have these art elements in it. The art elements are like music to your eye, almost like dessert to your eye, huh? It makes your drawing taste better to your eye. I'm adding some shading. Now, see how I'm sitting in the front of the spiral back from the distance here? I'm using shading. I'm highlighting the front, and the back drops back. It recedes into the background. Using shading. Shading really helps make one part of your drawing look closer to you than the other. That's what all these magic words do. They help create the illusion to your eye of drawing three-dimensional drawings. It's easy to draw in 3D, isn't it? It's easy. If you practice your drawings, you learn the magic words, you'll be able to draw really good, no problem at all, because you have all those pencil power words underneath your belt. You can just blast across that paper, be the commander of the piece of paper. Now I'm going to connect the spiral over here to this side. Can't have it just floating in space. So I'll draw this curve around here and have a hook right underneath the washer that connects the roadway. I'll connect the spiral over here. And then I'll add some shading right here. Draw, draw, draw. Practice your drawing 20 or 30 minutes a day. Draw all the time. See you next time.